Hey, good evening. Glad to see you guys. So today's topic, I was thinking about it and I was looking through my list. Um, do first impressions count? Can a first impression land you a role? Can a first impression change your whole life? Well, let's talk about it. Let's open it up. Let's discuss it, right? Um, what does first impressions mean? There's uh, a lot of times I think we wish we could take back our first impressions. Um, if I had a choice to be a superhero, I think that'd be one of my superpowers is take back first impressions. The other one is probably go back in time so I can redo time again to suit my present and my future desires. Yeah, that's what I would do. Um, so if you're listening, Marvel MCU, I'm your next superhero. Maybe who knows? Um, there's so many times you invest, in the right clothes, in the you invest money. You're working out, you're eating healthy, you're building your sites, your profile, you're going for auditions, you're taking photos, you're updating your resume, you're updating your photos, you're doing everything that we're doing, the branding, these, building a proper network of people that support you and love you and nurture you, and also have something to offer you because you have something to offer them. it's it's so much work that we're putting in and day out, all the sacrifices that we're putting that we're going through, sacrifices of time, location, sacrifices of money, sacrifices of people we'd love to maybe get to know better, or the fact that we would love to get into a relationship or something, and we keep putting it off. We keep sacrificing, going to those special parties, going to those special barbecues, going because we have to stay home and do our work like I do right now. you know every action will definitely create a follow-up reaction. So nothing's wasted. Nothing's wasted. Um, Having said that, so everything we're doing, right, to try to get work, classes and spending money and hours and all the time people are sort of telling us we can't do it, and we're taking all those blows, and we're ducking and bad jab, but we're like a punching bag for them, right? You know Sacrifice. Sometimes I'm so busy, between work and between what I'm doing online and all these videos and stuff, I don't have time to go see my mom. Sacrifices. I call her every day though, right? So that's a good thing. um so everything we're doing, I mean, I do so much. Um, I do everything with that in mind. And everything else that I'm doing, say a job, it's all it's all for my end result, for what I want. It's all a stepping stone, an investment, all that stuff. Again, sacrifice. Even though you're making money at a job, you're still sacrificing time. You still wish you were somewhere else. You still wish you were doing something else. Yes, you're paying your bills, but it's a sacrifice, right? So, you know, the night comes when you have this important function. You know, maybe it's a TIFF party, maybe it's just a party, you know, maybe it's just, you know, an award ceremony, a union award ceremony. Maybe you did a project, some sort of production, theater or acting, film, TV, anything, and there's a party for that, and there's a screening for that, you know, um, a festival, a film festival that you want to go and participate in. Maybe you do have a project in there as well. All these different things. Every time you go training with an instructor, and if you picked a really good one, then you know this instructor has great connections, has a list of very successful students, right? He's very important, or she's very important. Um, um, Potential directors, writers, you know, you might have a coffee with a director that says, you know what, I like your photo, I like your look. Let's meet for a coffee, you know, and let's see. That's what happened to me in New York. You know, you know, I call that the interview stage, which is another video we're gonna make. Interview stage. You know, it's like they want to see you in person. They want to see that everything they've seen so far corresponds with what they see in person. They want to hear you speak. They want to see if you have personality, you have humor. I don't know. They want to see, right? Um, I think the director even had a camera because he wanted to see certain shots of me, even just coming to meet with him and just talking to him and stuff. So you never know. You just don't know. Writers want to offer you something. So what I'm trying to say is all these different things that could happen to potentially present an opportunity for you, you know, and everything you're doing to get ready, makeup, clothes, you're working out, you know, you're taking a shower, you're shaving, or maybe you're going to the barber shop to get a properly trimmed beard, which costs money again. It costs time, right? You probably have to take a day off for that. I've done it. And now I got my own tools, and you know we're gonna go through a video about that as well, so you guys can actually have hands-on tools and information to get the job done quickly. Because quickly is leverage of time is amazing. Um, so finally, when you get to meet these people, okay, so let's talk about the party that you're invited to, a TIFF party. At TIFF, let's see, we have actors like yourself, or bigger, with bigger reputations. We have directors that are working on a production, and they already maybe have the lead actor, but they're still looking for other actors. He's going to be part of the casting process. And he's definitely liked the script. He's read the script. He likes the script. He's on board. And it's possibly, to be honest, directors are probably best friends with the main actor, who is definitely gonna think of his best interest when he's talking to people, interviewing them, auditioning them, and stuff like that, or even getting submitted photos from the casting directors and stuff like that. You got casting directors, which are very responsible, have a very responsible role in communicating with the director and your agent. We have agents, again, agents, right? Represent you, fight for you, right? Presumably, right? That's what they do. They fight for you. They find you work because it makes them money as well. Um, they you know they represent your best interest, and they give you advice along the way that you know, based on their experience and what the casting directors are telling them, and what they're hearing in the film industry or in the productions. They're relaying that information to you, you know, as you need to know. Um, you have producers. You know, producers are producing something. They have access to a writer. They have access to the director. They have access to the main actor. They probably have access to the executive producer. Then you have the executive producer of a feature, of a TV show, anything, right? The writer could be an executive producer. Like, we don't know, right? And it's all happened to me, is what I'm saying. I got cast for this TV show. And by the way, it's exciting news today. Heroes Manufactured, Creators Unleashed, that was filmed in North America. Definitely a must see. You know, we spent a lot of time bringing you the Comic Cons and the San Diego Comic Con 50th anniversary, all over North America, Detroit, Miami, all over Canada. You know, just beautiful places. New York, San Diego, and we get to explore the artists. So this one today, it's on Amazon Prime. We got you know, we're on Amazon Prime. Heroes Manufactured, Creators Unleashed, with your host, with me as your host, yours truly. And it's pretty exciting stuff. And now we're sort of launching the Heroes Manufactured movie minutes, and the rest of the different departments as well. So make sure you get on board with that. It's on YouTube. It's on Facebook. You know, this is a great network that we're building, and we definitely want your support. And who knows, we might be working together. So, so that's how I met my director for that TV show. And from that, I've met other people. I remember that night, I got dressed. I made sure my beard was, you know, was perfect. And actually, that picture that somebody took at that party as well. So I'm trying to connect the dots here, right? The director from New York, that's what he dug up online. I never provided that picture. It was nowhere, really. He dug it up online. He must have been somewhere. But it was a photographer that took pictures of everybody that day. And he liked this one picture, and that's the picture, the photo that was the closest, you know, that anybody had ever come in 2 years to the character he was trying to fill in with an actor. So that photo. But at that event, I met that director for the TV show I just finished. So TIFF is a great, parties are great things. If you have something to offer, leverage. People do become very important contacts. So you got all these people you can meet at this TIFF party, for instance, okay? Now, you've taken all the preparations, you look great, dressed, your makeup is great. Whether you're female or male, you can still wear makeup. Your hair looks great if you have any hair. Now, everything looks great. You may have a great car. Awesome. There are steps that we do have another video coming regarding that, how to prepare for these things. So steps, checklists, that kind of stuff. Very important. But basically, you're going to make an impression when you get there. And if you've done everything correctly and you've done your checklists, you're going to make a great impression, because yes, it's a party. Yes, it's a social event. But I'm going to tell you, it's a double whammy. Like, this is not just a social event. It's also a networking event. You can meet your next employer, your next contract, your next TV show, movie show, Broadway production, whatever you want to call it, right? Next scripts. I got to tell you, I got lots of scripts that I've read, and they all sort of, you know, like, want me as this role and that role and some leads. And so it's great to see that, you know, people want you for things. So you meet all these people there. So it's exciting. you want to not mess it up, right? You want to your first impression is so important, and it's easier said than done. You know, you go home and you think, oh man, I should have done this, or I should have said this, or I just blew it. It was right there and I said something stupid, or I don't know. First impression can make or break you. And in this industry, you don't want to get, you want to make a bad impression because people talk. People talk because they have a they have a responsibility to make sure that other production companies, other films, other agents, other casting directors, other actors don't have the same problem or don't have a problem with you. If they see something, it's like it's their responsibility to bring it up to everybody. So please watch what you say, watch what you do. Yes, it's a party. Don't overdrink, don't overtalk, don't over socialize, don't try to come on to all the girls or boys. I mean, everything. I don't care if it's a party. I don't care if it's any time you are physically there. From this point on, I want you to understand first impressions count. First impressions can land you multiple things, and they start with little things, and they increase exponentially. Anything, a commercial goes viral. Oh my God, it goes international. That's huge money. But then your face is everywhere too, and then people. That's the best sort of branding, right? It starts there. So I don't care if it's a baptism. I don't care if it's church. I don't care. Your face now is people are going to recognize it. People are going to see it, and they're going to connect dots. So first impression counts all the time. Um, there's definitely things you need to do. You need to have a checklist. You need to sit down, and I really, really, really drill this into a lot of people, because a lot of people, you know, like, you don't go on a trip without making a checklist. Okay, like a trip, a flight trip. I make a checklist, and I make sure that what I checked off or didn't check off, or made a list of, it's in my suitcase, or it's going with me on the plane or wherever I'm going. With the checklist, I can take some things off too, because I know it's there and I can see it. I can work with the list. This is something you got to learn how to you got to learn to do. You know how to do it, you just got to do it. Get yourself to do this before you do any audition. Get yourself to do any sort of a TIFF party, or a music video party, or any kind of party, or any kind of networking event. Because from now on, there's no such thing as parties. There's no such thing as a friend's barbecue. There's no such thing as going to church. Any day, anytime, anywhere could present the biggest opportunity that's going to either catapult your career to, or start your career off, whatever the case is. Because people genuinely, they want to help people. So if they meet you and they like you, and they believe you and they trust you, and they're very happy for you, they may want to help you. Whatever that means. It could mean they know someone. It can mean they want to take on the project. It can mean they have a project. It can mean they want to do it for you. Whatever it is, it's exciting to people when they meet an actor, when they meet somebody in the film industry, because it's like, oh, I get to travel, I get to go on set. Maybe they want to be an executive producer, invest in money, whatever it is, right? We never really know. So from now on, your career is the first reason that should come up wherever you go. As soon as you step out your door, that should be the most important thing. Because every person you meet, every person you bump into on the elevator, you can meet an actor, you can meet a director, you can meet a producer on the elevator. That producer might end up showing up in one of your auditions one day. It's a small world, I'm telling you. It's a small world. So do yourself a favor, make yourself a checklist, do the work. If you got an audition, we're going to do a video on audition, the best information I can tell you. Because having done not the sort of regular style auditions that other actors or actresses go through, I've had my own auditions, and you know, and they've been with directors, producers, and you know, it's just out of the blue and surprising, and woo, you know, there's no preparation really. That wasn't any preparation at all. I was just surprised, right? So at least when you have preparation, then you have to take the time to really work it out. Grab yourself some paper, work it out on paper. Do the work, do the preparation. So when you have this you have this manifesto, you have this incredible, short, briefed, concise, precise, powerful, whatever it is, you've condensed it. Because you had all these ideas in your head. You had all these different things in your head. You got, you know, you're all over the place. Condense it for that audition, for that TIFF event, for that award ceremony. Condense it. Condense it. That's your script for the night. That's your script for that night. You see what I'm saying? That's your script. Treat it as your script. That's your future script. That it could be anything. You know, all the courses you'll find in these videos, every video is going to work together with each other, in sync with each other, out of sync with each other, complement each other, in the vicinity of each other, opposites of each other. They work in different ways, and we talk about them. You're not going to remember everything that I go through in every video and all the videos I'm going to do, and I'm not going to remember everything I say either. That's why, thank God, we have these videos, right? So, impression, I got to stress, first impression, there's no perfect way to do it. Some people expect you to talk. Some people don't expect you to talk. Some people expect you to know some things. Some people don't care if you know some things. Some people, when you meet them, they're already, like, they have their ways set. So when you don't fit into their ways, it could be anything. It could be, you know, how you conduct yourself, how you present yourself, whatever it is you're doing. Do you know how to do it, you know, with that person? I mean, you know, it's not just business. See, that person, if it's a director or a producer or a writer or something, they're going to think, well, I have to work with this person. I have to socialize with this person. I may want to, you know, I like to be able to work with him again or her again in the future. I have to like this person. The people I'm with have to like this person. I'm actually, my responsibility is huge now. It's not just myself. It's, I got to think of everybody else. My lead actress, the hair and makeup lady, the wardrobe man, the photographer, the DOP, the crew. Can I work with this person? So you got to make that first impression count. Here's one thing you can add to the list. Do your research. Do your research. Um, Sometimes if there's like award ceremony or a TIFF event, um, or a screening, there's definitely documentation. There's definitely facts. There's definitely posts. There's definitely articles, news articles, videos, possibly Facebook ads, Facebook pages. I mean, uh, all over social media. It's been somewhere. It lists people that are going to be there. It lists things that are going to happen there. It lists maybe something that is important to you in the form of an opportunity exists in that event or party or whatever. Do your research. And if you see that, say, this director that's shooting this sort of movie or TV show, and you want to get on this TV show or movie so bad, do your research on him. Do your research on the movie or the TV show. Do your research. If you end up bumping into him, if you end up even collaborating or bumping into any one of his crew or any one of his production crew or any one of his associates, whatever, then you got to know information about the stuff, the project, the facts about what, you know, that have to do with what he's working on. That's gonna be impressive. If he likes you and you know, and then you can say, you know, if right, he asks you, here's my IMDb page, here's the last movie I did, my resume, here's my photo, here's my business card. It has my email address, it has my website on there, has my IMDb link, has everything you need. You might even have a photo on it, whatever the case. And you might have comp cards with you because you did your research, right? You brought DVDs, maybe. You brought maybe your reels on a USB. Maybe it's on a disc or something, SD card. Whatever you're giving away, I'm not sure. In case you have to make a great impression, right? At least you're prepared. You're prepared. You're not forcing anything on anybody if they ask or somehow related to what you're doing. Um, they'll probably bring it up if you suit the project they're working on. So don't be so too eager. There's certain things I think that I've learned. Thank God I've had other opportunities after them, but I've learned my lessons because I've done things without the research. I've done things without thinking about them. I've done things without thinking, man, this, if I get this first impression, how am I going to do it? Like if if I get an opportunity to audition or to, how am I going to, like, am I prepared for this? Do I know anything about the main actor, actress, the director, the producer? Have I done my research? No, and I didn't do my research. I was just excited, you know. I was excited, yeah, excited. And then I was heartbroken, right? That's how it happens if you learn your lessons. So first impressions are not just, hey, nice to meet you. I got a great smile. You know, I look like The Rock or whatever the case is. You know, you know, you definitely want to work with me. You know, you be in a way, right? You're saying, you know, subliminally, you'd be silly not to work with me. I've done this, I've done that, and I can do this and I can do that, and look at me, I'm dressed up so nice, and my hair is done nice or whatever it is. You know, also If you've done your research, then this person might need something that you can offer. And you can just figure out how to present that because they need it. They're looking for it. They're open to it. But just like sales, everybody needs something. And like when you present it to them, it's how you present it to them that they say yes or no. They might say no, and then they go down the street and buy from someone else. Just because your presentation was off. Your first impression was off. So be careful with that. Do your research. You have to get to know yourself, right? You're constantly managing your weaknesses, maintaining your strengths, managing your weaknesses, evaluations on yourself, evaluations on your actions, evaluations of what you think you need to improve. Listen to what other people are saying. Write them down if you have to. Just the facts, right? And then you're the ultimate person that says, yes, they're true, they're not true. Or maybe, man, there's 20 people that think that I talk too much. You know, I don't want that to be my downfall. Maybe I should fix it, you know? I hope I got you guys, I hope you got these wheels turning because that's what has to happen, right? Your wheels need to turn and turn and turn. And each one of us, right, has our own wheels. And there's a lot of information, and there's a lot of questions, and there's a lot of differences. But the differences, are also strengths that create this network bond between us, that create this uniqueness of you being able to offer something I can't offer. And that's incredible to know that. I want you to make it. I want to make it more, but I want you to make it. If you haven't done any productions and you're at home working in a job you dislike, maybe you're living in a place you dislike, or you're sharing your accommodation with somebody, you don't have a car, or you're sharing the car, you wish you could look better, more fitter. You wish you could be more healthier. You wish you had this, you wish you had that, you wish you had more money, you wish you had whatever. You think that maybe you're too old, maybe you're too young, maybe you're not old enough, maybe you're not young enough. You wish you had a girlfriend, you wish you had a wife, you wish you had a family, you wish you knew now what you should have known then. Wish you knew. You wish what you know now you would have known then. Yeah, my superhero, right? Go back in time, change the time, come back in the present. And that'll definitely give me the future that I want. It's simple. It's simple. It's a simple formula that at least 3/4 or more than 3/4 of the people do to achieve anything. There are a few that are incredibly efficient with how they do things. They're really good. But even those same people have weaknesses, right? Just do the work. Carpenter rule: measure once, measure twice, measure 3 times. Because once you cut, what are you cutting? What are you cutting? You're cutting a strip of paper. Okay, you can replace paper. You cutting like you're making a recipe and you're cutting something, and if you get it wrong, well, You spend a few bucks, I guess it's gonna go in the garbage. You cutting a check. Well, how big is the check? Right? How big is this check, right?
It's 1 hour.
You cutting a strip of gold? You cutting the bond that's gonna bond you to what you've ever wanted, right? So you gotta really set your priorities straight, and you gotta make sure that if you're gonna do this, you're gonna do it to win. And I guarantee you'll win. You'll win your way, in a smart way, more efficient way. You want to be with someone that wants you. You want to work somewhere that wants you to work there. You want to be harmonious. You want to be relaxed. You want to enjoy. You want to love. You want to have freedom of time, freedom of location, all that great stuff, right? Remember, you have a list. Don't forget that list. Don't just, oh my God, I'm getting hired by a big director. Okay. You know, eventually you become a bigger celebrity and stuff, and then it's like, man, I wish I could have done it my way. I wish I could have, I wish I could have back then, I wish I could have gone after what I really wanted. Maybe I could have got it instead of getting so excited about just getting something, and now this is where I'm at after 20 years. I want you to think you're going to get what you want. But I also want you to think, do you really want that in that way? Or do you want it in a different way? And be careful what you wish for, because you're going to get it. And what are you going to get? Right? What are you going to give up? Are you going to cut your left arm off to save your right arm? I'm hoping that the odds are better than that. I'm hoping that, it's also linked to the fact you're going to give incredible service to the planet, some way, somehow, the people on the planet. It's going to inspire people. It's going to move people. It's going to make them feel so incredibly heartfelt, warm in their hearts, warm in their body, so cozy when they see your movies, or they hear your voice, or whatever, see your creation. So I hope this has given a little bit of some ideas. I got to be honest. I worked really hard today, and I'm a little bit, but I still wanted to come here and do this video. And when I started, I'm like, what are you going to talk about? It's always the same thing. Well, look, what are you going to talk about? You haven't written nothing down. No, it's in here. It's in here. And I'm also confident that it'll come out. I've done the work. It's in there. And the purpose is to deliver to you, to give you something powerful and valuable. It should make me feel amazing. It should let my guard down. Just flow. Right? So that's what it does. It flows. So I hope you enjoyed this video. First impressions count. Maybe I've opened up some ideas or a can of worms. Maybe I've just made something that happened in the past make sense. Perhaps what I said in this video could help prevent something from happening that could be definitely a delay of time in your career, or even worse. Perhaps it gives you inspiration that this is, there's more of this information coming and what's come, but it gives you understanding. I'm so afraid. I'm so, confused. Yeah, but you have understanding. You know which direction you're going. You know what you're going to do to get there. You're going to get there. All that other stuff, it's part of life, right? So be strong. Go after what you want. Go after it with care. Do your research. Can just be consistent. Consistent, like a snowball effect. One day at a time, builds, builds, and builds, and builds. You get in these incredible sessions with me, and I know you appreciate them. And I appreciate doing them and sharing this information with you, but you got to use it. I want to know as well that you've used it, you're creating something, the law of attraction has worked, or something's worked, or my God, something that I've given you has really worked. Because I like to know that. So I can do more videos on that, or maybe figure something out, whatever, right? It just opens up more stuff, right? So have a great night. I got to turn in myself, but I'm glad you came on board, and you liked the video. I definitely am psyched. I'm pumped to do more videos. So catch me on the next one on the Philip Moran Guide episode series. And don't forget, Heroes Manufactured, Creators Unleashed, starring yours truly, Philip Moran, directed by Yoram Batan, and also created and also non-prescripted. It was non-prescripted, but he had all the ideas, and I just sort of put them together in a script fashion in front of the camera, right there, right then. It's not just something that was pre-prepared. So, but it's a great TV series. We spent about a year and a half, in total about 3 years, basically, all over the place, and different, seeing the editor and the camera person and all this other stuff, right? So all encompassed in about 3 years. We worked really hard on it, and we traveled a lot, and we went through some incredible accommodation situations, and sacrifices. Made a good impressions though. We did our best. We met celebrities, we met the heroes, we met the artists, we met Stanley, we met before he passed. Obviously, we met a lot of productions and Disney and this and that, and it was just amazing. Just amazing. You see it all. I met my mentor from when I used to be 9 years old. I met him, now like 40 years later. It just incredible, just incredible. So I want you to understand most of the reasons why I did this as well. It wasn't just for me and work, but I thought, it was fun to do this, to to get these people, to talk to them and to explore these different ideas about them and their creations, and to share that with you. So that's what excites me, right? And I hope these videos excite you like that. I hope these videos charge you up so you can get out there and start making changes and tweaking things. And no matter how long that road is, no matter how foggy it is, no matter how you feel while you're walking down that road, you now have some understanding. You now have a roadmap, basically. You have some roadmaps, and there's more coming. So get prepared. I want to wish you a good night. This is Philip Moran signing off.